Charles in Orlando, Florida, land of sunshine as it gets to be winter. It's like, that sounded like a pretty good place to be. My son, Lon, moved out to Miami. They've got a home out in Miami. Lucky dogs. Well, we got to go visit them. Hey, Paul, I really want to venture into DSD. Good. I was curious to know where I could obtain files or discs. I never miss your videos, and I have also contacted your staff for technical advice, and you guys are the best. Why, thank you, Charles. I do appreciate that. Well, as a self-serving plug, at Octave Records, octaverecords.com, or just go to PS Audio, all we do is DSD. Everything we record at Octave Records is in the DSD format, so we're a great source for it. Our friend Cookie Marenko at Blue Coast, she records exclusively in DSD, and everything in her catalog is available, and she's got a great catalog, Blue Coast Records. Definitely go look it up. Cookie's, she's a great producer. Everything's got kind of a similar genre. It's all kind of, I think it's acoustic. But she does some great work, so you would be just fine going over to Blue Coast. And also Native DSD. I think that's what they call it. I don't believe they actually record in DSD, but they have everything available in DSD. So you might want to check that out. So Native DSD, Blue Coast Records, and of course our own Octave Records. So a quick little note about DSD. DSD in a recording format is by far the best you can get. It is pulse density modulation, PDM, as compared or as opposed to the standard in digital audio, which is PCM, pulse code modulation. And PDM, DSD, is much more like analog. You can literally take the DSD file and send it right straight into your power amplifier or your preamplifier without ever running it through a DAC. And it'll play just fine. Now, there's things that DACs do. They have a little bit of a low-pass filter and all this stuff. But you can literally play it inside of an analog piece of equipment. Try that with PCM. Not going to work. You're going to get noise. You're going to get you don't want it. But DSD, it can go straight in. And that's because of how close it is to analog, which is why we like it's. You know, when we got started in all of this, years ago, myself and my wife Terry, with Giorgio Moroder, who's look Giorgio up. He used to be a pretty famous guy, and he kind of invented disco. And she and I were going to operate a studio with Giorgio. He was going to build the studio for us. Life was going to be good. Then I got in a lot of trouble. You can read all about it in my memoir, 99% True, where I got thrown out of Europe by the Army and lost my opportunity of recording. But way back then, it was all analog. Everything was analog. 16-track Studer analog, 24-track, 48, you know, whatever. It was tape, big, giant, huge 4-inch, 2-inch tapes. And it was limited. Those old tape machines had hiss. They, rolled off the high end. They were cranky. And some great recordings were made. And we all lusted after something better. Then came along PCM, and in many respects, it was better. There was no tape hiss, far better dynamic range, much better frequency response. But it didn't sound as good as analog, just didn't. And it's taken, it came out in 1980 something. It's taken all this time to get PCM to get almost as good as analog in many respects. And we all had hoped for something better. And when Sony and Philips launched DSD, we got it. That was the something better. Now, it has a whole bunch of problems. You can't mix with it and blah, blah, blah. Things that we're working out at Octave Records, and we will set a new standard and show the world how to actually use DSD properly in the mix and all of that, but that's a whole nother subject. So, yeah, DSD is it. That's the cat's meow when it comes to recording, and we are on top of it. So Thanks for the question. I'll talk to you later. Bye.